and nadama and guilt. يا ابن آدم إنما أنت أنفاس فإذا ذهب البعض ويوشك إذا ذهب البعض أن يذهب الكل. Son of Adam, you are nothing but a collection of breaths. I don't care how many you want to hold your breath or you breathe faster or longer. You're a counted number that Allah Azza wa Jal, how many inhalation and exhalation you have done in your life. And anything, once you start taking from it, eventually will go away. You put a machine of gumball there, take one, eventually it's going to be empty. Take a tic-tac, take one, eventually it's going to go out. Doesn't matter. Start taking some of your breaths away, eventually it will go all done. يا ابن آدم أنا يوم جديد وعلى عملك شهيد. I am time management. I am a new day and I am witness upon you. فاغتنمني, use me, for I am not going to return to you until the day of judgment. As I said before, if we hold examples, and I don't care how big of an example they are, but I will still hold them as my examples. Muhammad al-Fatih opened Constantine, opened Turkey, Istanbul today, while he was 23 years old. Osama ibn Zayd, the captain of the army that Rasul ﷺ dispatched to Musaylama, and he's 16 years old. Muhammad ibn al-Qasim, the one who delivered Islam to the Indian subcontinent, 17 years old. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, one of the 10 promised the Jannah by Rasul ﷺ, became Muslim when he was 30. He died when he's 37. The throne of Allah Azza wa Jal shook when he died, not in sorrow, but in excitement for his soul that is rejoining Allah Azza wa Jal. Al-Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah, the author of the 4 Nawawi hadith, and the very famous Riyadh al-Salihin, died at 40. Wrote 50 books. 50 books. I'm 42. What did I do? He used to say, I would not eat and not sleep until I fall. He would do it until exhaustion. As if there's a timer. Just like you are right now in finals. I can't live with 4 hours of sleep. Really, I can't. I need to go do this because I have a deadline. Well, what if this Imam al-Nawawi maybe figured, I'm going to die soon. I need to get this done. Brothers and sisters, a close friend of ours passed away. How old was he?
28.
28. 28 years old. Just finished his master's, got hired by Ahmed. MashaAllah. Went home to visit, died home. The amazing part is that they said this Ramadan, he was amazing. Anytime you need help, he was serving everybody, he was taking care of everything. He was the one who was walking around making everybody read Quran and do Salah and Qiyam and everything. SubhanAllah, we discovered from his father. He saw himself twice in a dream that he was going to die. Maybe he had a clue. Maybe he said, I don't know. But rahimahullah. Again, time, we don't know when it's going to end. What are you going to do with this time? I choose to keep very busy. The only time I finally have for myself and relax is somewhere usually about an hour from now maximum if the kids wrestle too much with me to put him asleep. And then between 9 till about 10:30 or so or 11 o'clock, that's the time I'm going to relax, sit with my wife, talk. My father-in-law is visiting, sit down and talk, drink a cup of tea and whatever, just relax. This is my time. This is me now. I can do that. I'm done. I'm a PhD. You don't have time yet. Okay? Same thing, my wife. My wife before, now she's doing her externship. She's working at a hospital. She doesn't have to do a lot more study, as much studying. That's her relaxation time. Because again, she's out the door by 5:30 in the morning. She has to go to the hospital. Comes back, doesn't come back till about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. This is our life. This is how structured we try to make it. But we have a hadaf. We have a goal at the end. My goal is, I want to achieve, right now, I'm talking about my personal goal right now. I want to finish and publish a paper or a couple of papers before I'm done. In 9 months from now, inshallah, I want to be on an airplane going back home permanently. I'm done. That's it. My wife is going to get done. We're waiting for her. As soon as she's done, we're both out and go home. This is my plan. I have a specific plan. I have a big chart in my lab that I update weekly on the experiments that I need to do, and every one I get done, I check it and I go, okay, upon this, I have to design the next experiment, and I'm going down. I did this, my professor goes, wow, this is really amazing. Here, give it to the other lady, and the other person, let them do the same thing. Because it's structured. It makes me follow something. I want to go home. I want to make a difference. I want to teach people. I want the people work. When that person asked me, what do you want for a dream, in this interview that he did with me, he's a Saudi student. He was making a video, a YouTube competition for something for students who came from Saudi and struggled here. And I've seen my share of struggles. And I said, I want to go home, and I wish that I see people actually do 8 full hours of work at work. That actually they go and perform. I want to go home. I want to... I have so many dreams. I have so many dreams. I seriously have so many dreams. I want to, my wife and I were, because my wife studies audiology, so she deals a lot with deaf children and whatever. We don't have a society for deaf children. We don't have these things. I want to do that. We're going to start our first society for taking care of children. We don't have hearing screens in hospitals. I want to do that. I watched the show... Khawatir by in Saudi channel, and this guy, he says, a lot of people, young people, go out the moment they can get a chance. They're 18 now; they can travel on their own. They fly off. They go to this. They go to that. They go do the craziest stuff, haram most likely, and come back. And he says, "Let me show you this. Did have anybody tried to do something like this?" And he took a bunch of young Arab Muslim kids and send them to Kenya, send them to Mali. Say, go, build a shelter. Go, work in an orphanage for a few days. Wallahi, it's amazing. Well, I would love to see the safaris in Kenya. How would wouldn't that be beneficial if I go there and I go see the safaris, but I also spend like 2 weeks, 3 weeks working in a shelter, teaching Quran, teaching Tajweed, whatever, building, sweeping, I don't care, something. And you know who I'm taking with me? I don't care. I told him, as soon as you're 14, I'm dragging you by the hair with me to Kenya. Oh, why? I'm gonna go and work as a slave. What? I'm gonna go work, help these people. Okay? So, dream, 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 dream. Don't obnoxious dreams, but dream. Okay? I really have plans, many plans. I want to do this, I want to do that. To the point is, it's ridiculous, but I feel there's a lot of problems in our education system. I want to be the Minister of Education back home, Wazir al-Ta'lim, why not? I want to do that, but then I said, oh man, if you go there, I'm going to have all these problems. Enough already. I am on the board of the ICCI Education Board, but guess what? Because nothing is happening, I quit. I'll explain. Why? Because of this next thing. When you're trying to plan all these things, sorry for the time, avoid interruptions. Avoid negative people. Avoid people who tell you, oh no, you can't do this. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh, this is too difficult. How in the world are you going to be the Minister of Education? You don't have any nepotism system working for you. You don't have a network. Avoid that. Anybody who tells me, oh, but this is so difficult, turn your face and start working. Seriously, there are the world is filled with people who are not, that their purpose in life is they don't want, they're not doing anything good, so they don't want anybody to make them look bad. They don't hate you, they don't want anything bad for you, but they don't want to look bad. So they look at it from their point of view. So when you say, you know what, I'm planning, inshallah, and you are all at this age, you can do this. I'm planning, inshallah, to travel and go to Kenya, or to go to this, or go to whatever, Bangladesh, or this or that, to help. And you say, and somebody immediately say, this is what they're going to go in their head. Wow, that's impossible for me to do. Man, this is difficult. What in the world are you doing? They didn't hear themselves. They just said, this is impossible for me to do. Well, you're not talking about me. You just said, I want to go to Kenya. That's not my business. I'm going to say, inshallah, good for you. What am I going to, I'm not going to say, what? You're a girl. What are you talking about? How can you travel by yourself? You have to have a mahram. You know, I'll find all kind of excuses. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, they came to him with all kind of excuses. Even good ones. Here, we'll make you our king. We'll give you all our wives. We'll give you all our money. Excuses. Nothing but false excuses. You can live off of 6 hours of sleep, by the way. Just fine. Really? You can. I'm sure you're experiencing right now. So if you're living off of 6 hours of sleep, continue living off of 6 hours of sleep. And the last thing I'm going to say about this is that Umar radiallahu anh said, حَاسِبُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ قَبْلَ أَن تُحَاسِبُوا. Hold yourself accountable before Allah holds you accountable. Well, do that. I'm going to make a modification. Not that I am to modify on anything that Umar radiallahu anhu said. Maybe he did not make this clear. It's not at the end of the day before you fall asleep. Do that every 2 hours. Do that on your checklist. حَاسِبُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ قَبْلَ أَن تُحَاسِبُوا. Hold yourself responsible for those 2 hours. Every time you finish your salah, hold yourself accountable for those last 2 hours between the salah. What have I done? Avoid, by all powers, people who's got nothing to do. Seriously. If you know somebody who just loafs around, couch potatoes, well, there's no more couch potatoes. It's probably smartphone potatoes. You know, if you know that person, avoid them. With all due respect to them and love to them, unless you can actually, you have the powers and means to bring them up to your level and your energy, right now you have to drop them. Drop that person. I'll deal with you when I am confident of myself. I am not confident of time management. I'm telling you what I am trying to do to my best. I'm telling you what myself, my wife are doing in our life and every day. The weekend comes in, my kids don't have a life during the week. They go to school, they come from school, taekwondo, homework, dinner, stand a little bit around, go read a book a little bit, it's time to sleep. Done. When do they see the sun? On the weekends. When I'm supposed to be around. That's why my weekend is my kids' time. Yet, on Saturdays, I spend between 12 o'clock, 12:30, all the way to 3:30, teaching a bunch of 13-year-olds and 16-year-olds, because I love it. I cannot live without it. I cannot imagine my life without them. I can't imagine their life without me. No. I cannot imagine my life without them. One of the biggest problems I'm struggling with when I go home is how am I going to live without these 12 crazy kids. I don't know what to do. I can't. I told them a few weeks ago, 9 months I'm going to leave. Oh, no way, you can't leave us. We're going to kill you. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. No, I'm definitely going to miss this. I hope that I can go home and find something like that, inshallah. But, and
Skype.
What?
There's always Skype.
There's always Skype. No, I barely can't get them to sit in front of me when they're in front of me, man. I have to put them in headlocks and figure four and whatever. Anyway, but I am doing this, and then after that, and usually after that I go to the lab. I have to go to the lab. Sometimes I have to swing by the lab as we're driving out to somewhere with the kids, to some park or something. And that's it. A few weeks ago, I went to Navy Pier because they had the toy and game fair. We had a blast. Came back home with a ton of toys. I'm playing with them all. And that's it. So avoid negative people. Avoid people who got nothing to do. You are extremely busy right now.